but we don't always look. We are like a chorus, grouped about a conductor, who allow their attention to be distracted by the audience. If, however, they were to turn towards their conductor, they would sing as they should and would really be with him. We are always around the one. If we were not, we would dissolve and cease to exist. Yet our gaze does not remain fixed upon this one. When we look at it, we then attain the end of our desires and find rest. Then it is that, all discord past, then we dance an inspired dance around it. In this dance, the soul looks upon the source of life, the source of the intelligence, the origin of being and the cause of good, the root, the very root of the soul. For all of these emanate from the one. As we turn then towards the one, we exist to a higher degree, while to withdraw from it, that's a fall. Our soul is delivered by rising to that place where it's free of all evils, difficulties. There it knows, there it's immune, there it truly lives. Life not united with divinity is a shadow of authentic life. Thus, with all of these, the soul filled with divinity is pregnant, and this is its starting point, and this is its goal. Thought I'd like to read that too. All right, let's have a couple of questions, and let's push it a little further.
About the difference between the one and the unity. Like you said with the pen, it could come into existence and then it could start to disintegrate.
Pardon me, do you have a watch? I want to see what time it is. No, do you have a watch?
No.
May I have your watch? Oh. Right.
You need it.
Yeah, thanks. Right. So, would you agree I can take this watch and pull it apart, right? And then I'd have all the parts here, wouldn't I? Right? And I'd give you back the whole watch. If I give all the parts, then she'll have the whole watch, won't she? She shouldn't complain, should she? I'm going to give her all the parts. And if you have all the parts, you have the whole watch, don't you? Right?
No.
What do you mean, no? You should say yes.
There's some unity missing.
No. See, that was why I took it apart. That only was one unity. Now she can shake it in a bag and she can have as many unities as she wants.
Oh, no, there's a certain order within the unity that's required.
You mean there's some unities that are more functional than others?
Yes.
Oh, okay. But I could get that and still keep out a couple of parts, couldn't I? Oh yeah, I could take the watch strap off and this part and that part and just give her back the functioning unity. Then she'd have the whole watch, wouldn't she?
No.
What do you mean no? Why don't you say yes?
It wouldn't be a wristwatch anymore if you took the band off.
But it would still function as a unity, wouldn't it? You don't need all the parts functionally, do you? Oh, by the way, would you want the unity as well as you want it to be set the way it was set before? So it functions for a certain purpose?
Yes.
Oh. Oh, wait a minute. It's only one watch, though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And being a watch that's not any different than anyone else's watch, then you have two of them. There'd be two watches, both as one. Agree? Did you have a watch? Have one? Don't you carry a watch? Miss? She may not let me have it. But if I had it, would you agree we would have two watches, each as one? Am I talking about its unity now? When I call it each a one?
They both have unity.
They both have it, but am I referring to its unity when I talk about each being a one? No. Its unity, therefore, are the way in which the parts are related and ordered together to serve a function. It being one, we are just considering it in its totality, aren't we? And ignoring everything else. Is that right? Or would you, look, if not, would you agree, if you have one watch that has a greater unity than another, would you say you have two watches or different unities?
Different unity.
But you wouldn't say they're both watches.
Yeah, I would.
Oh, then you're ignoring their differences in unities.
Yeah.
Therefore, when you're ignoring their difference in unities, you can speak of it as a one, can't you? And you're ignoring everything else. So therefore, there's a difference between one and unity. Right? And would you agree that unity, the way in which it functions, is to serve, it's really, would you not agree, the maker of the watch has a model in his mind. That's the model. He then produces the watch. The watch is the copy or the image. And we can make other watches, can we not? Right? From this one model, we can make a whole bunch of these as copies. But this is the primary model, is it not? From which all of these were generated. Then might we not say, this model is the one of which all of these are copies? Then this one is capable in some way of being a cause or a generative source. Right? This can be a generative source of these. It puts them into production. They are dependent upon it. Right? Their degree to which they are like this, to the degree to which they are like that, depends upon their utility and their perfection. Agree? The more perfect is like the model, the more perfect the watch would be. To that degree, the differences between the different copies could then be judged in respect to always the one. Ah. These may come and pass out of existence, and others may reappear. Therefore, whatever it passes out of existence and is destroyed, it doesn't affect the model. The model, so long as it's a model and capable of like functioning in this way, is productive of these on and on and on. Say, do you think there's a model to life? Think there's a model to existence? Does it stand in the same relationship as this example we used? What would it be like knowing that directly, rather than running around and seeing copies all the time? Because this universe is a copy of the model of the mind of God, isn't it? Hey, what'd it be like getting a glimpse of that? Right? As the great Chinese poet once said, that'd be hot stuff. Right? Well, he said it in Chinese, you know. Right? Right? Be magnificent, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be magnificent? Right? Yeah. So you see, it's all obvious. Isn't that nice? And you see it all the place, right? Wherever you, right? From now on, you're ruined. Right? You can see the one wherever you look, aren't you? Right? Wherever you look, what are you going to see? One. But you don't see it, too. You infer it. And you might ask then, what's the